Alright guys, this video is all about bugging out, a real life story of bugging out, and remember that bugging out should always and only be used as a last resort. Alright, how's everyone going? So today, I'm going to talk about a real life bug out situation that happened in the mid-1930s. It's the story of Agafia Lykov and her family. So, guys, in a bug out situation that some might say that they should bug out, sometimes that could mean that you'll pack up everything or you'll get your bug out gear. You're going to go into the woods and live in the woods for the rest of your life. Now, that's exactly what happened in 1936 in Russia, or the Soviet Union at the time. Karp and his wife, they both were living in a time where the Bolshevik Revolution had just happened, and Karp's brother was killed because of religious beliefs. They were the old believers. So, Karp and his wife and his two children, Savin and Natalia, fled their home in Tumen Oblast to live alone in the Russian Taiga. These guys fled 160 miles away from the nearest town. They left their home because of obvious religious prosecutions, as Karp's brother was killed because of it. Karp's brother was killed by a Bolshevik patrol. So after that, they fled into the taiga. Now, they had their third and fourth children, Dmitry and Agafia. Dmitry was born in 1940, and he ended up dying in 1981. And Agafia was born in 1944, who is still alive today, at least at the time of this recording. Both were born into complete and total isolation. So they had never seen another person before in their life other than the immediate family. The Lykov family didn't even know that World War II had come and gone. That's how isolated they were. Food was a very big issue, especially during the wintertime. It's hard to come by. And this led to Akulina, Agafia's mother, Karp's wife, who starved herself to death in 1961 in order to help feed her family. Now guys, this is some true dedication to their family and to living in the bugging out lifestyle. Now they lived for about 40 years in complete isolation, undetected. Yet, guys, life went on around them. So they left, they picked up everything and left. They fled into the woods. They made a little life for themselves in the woods. Some of them had never seen any other people ever again, such as Akulina, who died in 1961. She had never seen another soul other than her immediate family after they had left. So guys, remember that bugging out for some might just mean that you won't see any other people for the rest of your life. Again, as Akulina, she had died in 1961, about 10 years before a Russian geologist team in a helicopter had spotted them. These guys had made friends with the Lykov family over time and helped them out. And they weren't prosecuted for their religious beliefs at this time, and they never were afterwards. However, the story of the Lykovs is a living testament to what some people would do in a bug out situation. And things don't have to be complete, total, utter chaos. The grid doesn't have to be down. There could still be a rule of law, and some people could still bug out, or they could find a reason to bug out. And in this case of these guys, their reasoning for bugging out was because of religious prosecution. Now, some might justify that, some might not. However, they decided that enough was enough, things were getting too dangerous, and they left. Again, 160 miles from the nearest settlement. Guy, that's a long ways away from help. If you're going to end up bugging out for some reason, any reason, and you're going to go deep into the forest where it's a long ways away from anyone else, you're going to have to make sure that you know medical skills. You have enough food, you have enough water. You also have to have the means of getting food and water, cooking this food, and cleaning the water, making sure it's safe to drink. You're going to have to know all of this stuff, because sometimes it could mean that you are bugging out for the rest of your life, however long that might be. You're going to want to make the most of that life, so you're going to need to know these skills. You're going to need to know how to hunt fish. You're going to need to know how to grow food. You're going to need to know the growing seasons for your area. That way you can produce food at an optimal level that's going to support you and your family. And again, if a medical situation were to come up and you're so far away from any help, you're going to have to make sure that you can administer treatment to yourself or your family. Because, guys, if you end up bugging out that far away from anyone, you're basically screwed if you have a medical emergency. And again, these people found a place so far away from everyone to settle down. They were so successful that they had no idea that World War II had come and gone. And again, guys, Russia was invaded in World War II. And these guys still had no idea about it. That just goes to show you how bugging out successfully can work in this way. They were so far away from anyone, nobody even knew they were there. It took an entire helicopter full of scientists to realize that there were people there. Now, I'll put a small description of the Lykov family if anyone wants to go onto YouTube and watch any documentaries. Agafia Lykov has a few documentaries that are very interesting to watch and could give you an insight on how to prepare for cold climates or live off the grid in cold climates. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.